Guys, this video is going to outline a hinge routine. This is going to be for people that need to incorporate a little more control into their lower back in terms of creating tension as they do any bending activities. And that might not necessarily include just specifically bending. It could be reaching, and it could also be transitions such as getting in and out of a chair. If those things are problematic to you, this may be a great exercise for you to incorporate into your regimen. So what we're going to do, we're going to focus on that co-contraction as we perform this. We're going to get a cue. I like to use PVC pipe, but you can use a broomstick, 2x4, whatever you want. Just as long as it hits 3 points on your body as you perform this. Your back of the head, your shoulder blades, just between it, and right at the base of your spine. All 3 points should touch the entire time you're performing this. Feet are about hip width apart. I'm going to contract about that 10-20% effort, and I'm going to go down using a drive backwards in my hips, allowing my hips to control this motion, getting to a point where my hamstrings are basically going to stop me, and then pushing back up, creating a little bit of a rotational push with my hips and feeling a drive through my heels as I perform the end part of this. So it seems simple. Up and down. Now, the only things you should feel your glutes and hams activating as you do that push upwards. You should also feel an incredible amount of stretch or tension through the back of your legs when you perform this. Some things to look for in yourself as you perform this. Some things that we don't want to see. Two in particular. One's a little sneakier, so you just got to pay attention that you're not doing it. This is why we have all 3 points touching. So the first one, we're going to be bending more through the lower back than we are creating that drive through the hips. So what we're going to see in this is simply a bend backwards so that bottom half lifts off. The sneakier one that you want to pay attention to that you may be doing is as you do this, you may notice you want to get more depth. And what a lot of people will do, you see how I lost that point just a little bit below my shoulder blades where I allowed my middle back to kind of come off so I could get a little bit more flexion in my lower back. We don't want that to also happen because, once again, that's bending the lower back as we perform this loading bend, and it's going to create problems for you when you do go to perform any lifting activities or transitions. So pay attention to those two things. The other more challenging exercise for this is going to be a kneeling position hip hinge. So we're going to get, once again, into a kneeling position. We're going to get this cue up. I'm going to brace my core. And I'm going to try to create this bend such that I'm trying to bring my hips as far down towards the floor as possible. And once I'm in this position, I'm going to fire up with my glutes. So once again, all 3 points contacted, push up with my glutes. Really make sure with this one you're not doing that sneaky little cheat through the middle back, and only go as far as your body allows you to. You're going to get better at this as you keep performing it. Your hips are going to keep opening up, and you're going to get more control. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, text, call, or comment below.